Yo.
All right.
Are you starting it off? You.
You started.
Hey, this is Robert with the Not Move podcast, and today we're gonna be doing a wrestling episode. I got with me Ja with the Not Move podcast. How are you doing today, Ja?
Yeah, what's good? I'm all right. I'm all right.
All right. So we're gonna be starting off with the main event of SmackDown tonight. So we had Sami Zayn versus Solo Sikoa for the United States Championship. Now, we've all been saying on this podcast that we want Sami Zayn to turn from uh, being always like hurt, being the underdog, and he finally changed from being the underdog, and he won the United States Championship. He said he is main event Sami Zayn. So we actually got a switch. What is your thoughts on that, John?
So he went from being the ultimate underdog to winning the United States title and beating Solo Supporter 3 times. When he just the 3 weeks before, a week and a half before, he was just talking about how he doesn't want to fight for the mid card title and wants to win the win a main title, a top title, a WWE World title. What the? It doesn't make sense. Excuse my language, but it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. He went from his storyline was I need to be world champion all this stuff to now he's United States champion and he just beat Solo. I think like he just beat the MFTs and beat Solo practically by himself. It doesn't make sense. I don't understand it. I won't understand it.
And another reason, like Solo was doing good with the United States. Why take it off him? I mean, you switched Sami Zayn over to SmackDown. That didn't make sense. You you put him in the U.S. title fight. That doesn't make sense. I guess they're trying to go the same route they went with Jey Uso, uh, testing the waters again. But they already tested the waters really with Sami Zayn because he's already had, I think, three different mid card championships. He's had the Intercontinental title. He's already had the United States title once. Now he's had the United States title again. So, like you said, it really doesn't make sense. And the last episode that he was on the Raw, he said he wanted a shot for the World Heavyweight Championship, and they just switched him over to a different show. So, I mean, it makes sense with the CM Punk thing going on. Speaking of CM Punk, we had CM Punk versus Seth Rollins versus Jey Uso and LA Knight and Clash of Paris uh, for the main event. And Seth Rollins retains due to Becky Lynch joining the Vision and possibly a return of AJ Lee. Oh, what's your thoughts on that?
So I want to say this, right? I'm gonna start over saying this. I don't think Becky's a part of the vision. And
Okay.
if I'm saying that because one, her whole gimmick has been to put down the younger generation and uplift herself, right?
Yeah.
Seth Rollins' whole thing is uplifting himself as long as the next generation of superstars being Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. So their ideologies don't align. One. And then two, you haven't seen her around the rest of the vision. Not only that, no one mentioned at all. They didn't mention her at all when they talked. They only mentioned about Paul Heyman, not having Paul Heyman and Seth not being around. They never once mentioned Becky Lynch. So that leads me to believe it's just a it's just hard. It's just a family thing, and it's to have the biggest hopefully it happens, the biggest mixed tag match of all time. Where
D-
right now it's not confirmed, but someone on Twitter did one of the WWE merch Twitter accounts leaked that AJ Lee's they're gonna have AJ Lee merch for her return, first time return in 10 years. So they did that. They screwed up with that merger, but I'm not again. I told you before. I'm gonna tell you again. I don't want to believe anything till it happens.
and I understand that. I think I think if they weren't going to do this, which if they don't do this, it's going to be a big disappointment. But if they weren't going to do this, they wouldn't have Becky Lynch slap CM Punk 100 times.
You'll be surprised. Nikki Bella could be. It's, it could be any
That
diva, but the
that
problem it could be anybody, right? The
yeah,
problem is you booked it to the point where you teased her so much, actually teased her so much this time, where it's not just the fans, it's you doing it so much where no matter who you put, and it's in Chicago, and no matter who you put in that spot, if it's not AJ Mendez or AJ Lee, whichever name she
AJ
prefers,
Lee.
and I'm saying whatever name she will come back as, right? So her real name is AJ and April Mendez. But it's either AJ Lee or their person is getting booed out of the state. They're getting booed out of the state, the whole entire arena. Like you can't put nobody who won't get booed out of the arena. So it has to be her.
Yeah, exactly. Like they come out and throw Nikki Bella in there, it's going to ruin it. I
It
mean,
ruins
yeah, it might
anybody.
anyone, even like people said, why don't throw Rhea in the match if they can't put AJ Lee? That's going to
The
ruin it.
other person now because she calls AJ Lee and CM Punk her parents would be Roxanne Perez. That's the only other person, but she's stuck in something, so it makes no sense. The only
Yeah,
person I can see get away with.
yeah, it's AJ Lee. So
Yeah.
talking about that, we had for the last main event that then we can hit on these regular matches. But for the last main event, we had LA Knight and Jay Uso versus the Braun Brawns, which it was a good match. But after Raw went off air, Jimmy Uso came out to help Jay, and Rhea also came out to help, which I honestly don't know why Rhea came out to help. That's what confused me. But the Braun Brawns after the match try to destroy Jimmy or Jay and LA Knight, which that's when Jimmy decided to come help. Which I'm thinking they're trying to put Jimmy and Jay back as a tag team and put them in the Raw division because
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
they
that's what
really
they're
don't
gonna
have
do.
no tag teams. They don't have
I'm
no
pretty
tag
sure that's
teams at
what
all.
my fault. I'm pretty sure that's what they're gonna do. It's the fact that they tag has been a Judgment Day and Justin had the title. Will lose it, and
Yeah.
then the Judgment Day will get it back. So I just feel like this will be the time where they do it. Where I think they're gonna give the tag titles to the Braun Brawns and have those two feud over the tag titles. And it's gonna
Which
be
that honestly would be a great feud. That'd be a
huh?
great feud, ready. Uh,
That's what I think they're
I was
gonna
just
do
saying, yeah, that's
because
that's gonna be great.
it's similar to when the Tongas had the titles with Solo at the time, where Jacob Fatu and them had the tag titles. It's similar to that, but it's the simple fact that it's a main event. It's a main story. It's like the main event story, main part story, and the tag team titles are involved in it. So it gives them more eyes. People see the tag team titles more. Then it's going to get defended more. Stuff like that because people are going to want it and go after Steph at the same time. That's where I
Yeah,
see that happening. But in terms of everything, I think they have to put the tag titles on the Bronze. On the Bronze, the Vision have to.
it's
They
the only
have to
thing
make
that makes
those two
sense.
serious, and the best way to do that is giving them the tag titles.
Exactly, and it really would make sense with Seth Rollins as the World Heavyweight Champion. That means they'll basically have all the gold. Uh,
Yeah.
but I've been hearing there's been huge rumors going around that Rusev is the fourth member of the
Would it
Vision.
make sense? He's, would it make sense?
I mean, it
Simple
kind
Nick
of
was like an
would.
alternate. Well,
because the Vision is supposed to be a team that just destroys everything in their path. And Rusev, he destroys
oh,
everything in his path.
uh, the vision is more like evolution, how evolution was, right? They take it
Yeah,
doing stuff like that, but they're evolution. So a sense of evolution of it. That's called the vision. It vision for the future of the WWE. You have Seth Rollins, who is the now. You have the guy, essentially the next star of the WWE, in Braun Breaker, and you have Bronson Reed, who is essentially the guy who can, the surprise guy, the guy who is going to be the next great powerhouse of the WWE, the next big person in WWE, where it's not just you had like in look at evolution, you had the next great powerhouse in Batista, the star future of the WWE and Randy Orton. And then you had the now in Triple H. So think of it more like that. And then Paul Heyman would be the old generation, the old guy, in terms of this as the Ric Flair. That's how more or less I want you to think of it. Rusev wouldn't fit that. Somebody like an Austin Theory or Carmelo Hayes or something like that would more or less fit into what they're trying to do.
I mean, yeah, I can see Austin Theory. I don't think they would do Carmelo Hayes because he's over on unless they move Carmelo Hayes from SmackDown and put him over on Raw. I don't see them using Carmelo Hayes. I see them possibly using Austin Theory whenever he returns, which that's kind of weird. Like
Even if he
we
does
never
come
know
back.
what is his injury.
So I don't know what his injury is. I do know he's past the 60-day mark to where they have to take him off the roster, the off the WWE website roster. So I don't know what it is. For all we know, he could not be back at it. He could just flat out be not coming back at all. His
Yeah,
contract could have expired. We don't really know anything.
it's it's a it's strange, but we'll just have to wait and find out. So moving on
Yeah,
to let's go back to SmackDown. Let's talk about the Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, and Chelsea Green and Ivor. I can't say her name. Ivor something like that.
Piper, what's
No,
wrong?
not Piper.
The,
The other one, the skinny
uh,
one.
uh,
The
Alpha 5,
yeah. It was
uh,
supposed to
he
be.
said,
We were supposed to have a tag team match between them, but Chelsea Green and the other girl came out and stopped that match because they hurt Charlotte Flair. So Charlotte Flair went out and it became a one-on-one between Chelsea Green and Alexa Bliss. And Alexa Bliss won it, but then at the end they decided to jump Alexa. So Charlotte came back limping on her leg, which, by the way, she was limping on the wrong leg. Just saying. But she came out, tried to help. They helped, and they. So I think what they're trying to do with that is set up a tag team match between Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss and Chelsea Green, or it could be Piper.
it's
Honestly,
gonna be in the tag team. It was,
what you say, you're breaking.
oh, my apologies. I said it's going to be Alba Fire and Piper Niven for the tag team titles, which they're going to lose at WrestlePalooza. But it's going to be the match, and that's what it started off for.
Yeah,
Chelsea
it's
Green
good.
is obviously the leader, is the ringleader of the group, so she wouldn't be in the tag team match. It'd be the other two.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
And also, it's Chelsea Green. You can't just say it regular. You have to, you got to.
You got that Chelsea Green. So then we had. So it looks like we're gonna have another Tiffy versus Jade match. Which really, I hope
Palooza?
Jade wins this one. Yeah, it's looking like that's as far as it's considered right now. Jade won the number one contender for for another title, a woman's universal title. So I
Well,
hope
that's the
Jade wins.
women's WWE. So
Yeah,
if at this point, if Jade is getting a rematch, it's probably going to be Jade. But I don't see how we can go from Jade losing clean to winning clean. But I mean, it can happen, but I just know at WrestleMania it should be
Yeah,
Jade
it should have
versus
been.
Bianca. That's what I want. That's what I want at
Yeah,
WrestleMania this year. Jade versus Bianca. So I'm
that would
hoping
be
that's
really
for
good.
a title. Like what I'm hoping is Bianca comes back and wins the Rumble, and then they have that match. She'll be the first woman, I believe, to win it twice, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if
Yep.
anybody else has done it. Probably Charlotte. I don't know, but she'll be the first woman to win it twice, and then you could go on from there, and that could be a WrestleMania main event. That being said, right? With that being said, how everything. I mean, Chiefs title run has been nothing but spectacular. I mean, it had its moments, but she's put on great performances, great matches, and she's been doing well with the title run. What she's been doing.
I mean, yeah, I totally agree with you on that. That would be a really good match, and to see Bianca win it twice, the Rumble, that would be good too. To see, I want Jade to win the title, of course, but to see Bianca after she just won the Elimination Chamber, give her the Rumble, and because everybody likes Bianca. Let's be honest. If you don't like Bianca, you're just a straight up hater. But Bianca versus Jade that'd be a great match. That would base honestly, I think that would top the Naomi and Jade match. I think that could top the the Naomi and Jade match. But on other news,
Probably.
we had we had Logan Paul versus John Cena. Let's talk about that real quick. Logan Paul versus John Cena. So John Cena hit Logan Paul with a Styles Clash. I didn't know John Cena could do that. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie.
It was terrible looking.
I know it was terrible looking, but at least he was able to pull it off, and he knew he wasn't going to be able to have a match with AJ Styles. So, and he had a long time rivalry with him. So what did he do? He honored him by doing one of his moves. I mean, if you paid attention to the match, they did a couple of Batista's old moves. Um, they did who was it? They did a lot of Batista's moves, but they did someone else's moves that he ain't going to be able to face. And he said that's what he's going to be doing for the rest of his matches is copying people's moves that he ain't going to be able to face because he only has eight appearances left until John Cena is gone from the WWE, which it's going by really fast. Um, I don't think I'm ready for it yet. Are you ready for it?
Yes. I've never been the biggest Cena fan. I respect him, but yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to see new talent. I'm ready to see new talent. I've been a CM Punk fan my entire life. So with that being said, I've never really liked John Cena until I learned to respect him, respect his character and his matches. But growing up, I was never the biggest Cena fan. And there's a reason to that. I'm not going to go into depth right now. But yeah, there's a reason for it.
Okay, so I can see why. I mean, but I'm not ready for it. I can tell you that much. But so then we had Aleister Black cut him another little promo, and we had Damian Priest cut him a promo. I don't think they should run this back, but they're going to. I want to see Ron Killings versus uh Aleister Black. Honest, I think that would be a good straight up match. I think as long as our truth doesn't interfere in that match, because now as we can see, Ron Killings has two personalities: the R Truth, and then he has the Ron Killings. So if we get that match, do you think that's going to be a good match?
If they put on WrestlePalooza, it should be a good match. But I don't know if they will put it on WrestlePalooza. I'm looking forward to it though. And
Me
Ron
too.
Killings, that whole Ron Killings thing is weird to me. I need it to be flushed out more before I'm ready to say anything about the Archer situation.
Yeah, it's a little weird. It doesn't make sense at all. I mean, but we're gonna. I think they're gonna put it more to light this week. But we just got to tune in for Friday. Uh, so everybody tune in for the show for Friday. This is gonna be really good. I mean, we might get an AJ Lee return. So just tune in. And speaking of feuds and everything, um, we were all complaining about the Jelly Roll and Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre, and Logan Paul. We wanted just a Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton. Well, we are getting that now. We are getting Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton. And also, I would like to apologize to Cody Rhodes for for saying vacate the title because he hasn't been there in a minute. Because he had a kid. Congratulations, Cody Rhodes. So that's a good. Just thought I'd throw an update on that for y'all. So if we really want to talk about matches, let's go ahead and move on to the Dominic Mysterio versus AJ Styles for the Intercontinental Championship. Now they ran it back for the second time. Now I for sure thought AJ Styles was going to win this, but AJ Styles lost again due to El Grande Americano. When El Grande Americano interfered, I knew it was over. I knew Dominic Mysterio was going to retain. It sucks because I wanted AJ to win it, but he didn't win. So it is what it is. And then we had the New Day and Grayson Waller versus the War Raiders and Penta. Now, of course, the War Raiders and Penta won. Hit Xavier Worthy with the Mexican Destroyer and then pinned him for the 3 count. Now, I thought it would make more sense if you let the New Day win this, but unfortunately, the New Day was not able to win. So, I mean, I guess it makes sense why you let the War Raiders win. If you're going to push them for the title shot again, but if you're not, why'd you let them win? It doesn't make sense. So then, when we talk about matches, we tend to leave out some matches, but there's one match we cannot leave out, and that we really need. We're gonna have to talk about. Uh, let's talk about the. Let's talk about the. Let's talk about. I can't remember the match now. I got it on the paper. Hold on, y'all. Oh, that's all the matches. We went over the matches. So let's just talk about a top 10 real quick. Let's just hit on the top 10. Let's hit on our top 10. Let's hit on our top 10 good guys, and then I want y'all to give me a top 10 heels. Currently, my top 10 good would be Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, Jay Uso. Hmm, this is what it is. Sami Zayn, CM Punk. So that's five. I would definitely, I would definitely put Randy Orton in there. I would actually switch him and Sami Zayn and put Randy at five and put Sami at six. Of course, you got to throw. Who's another good one? You can throw Cena in there because Cena's current. Put Cena at seven. Uh, then you got to throw. Damn, the last three are kind of the hardest because there's a lot of good that you could throw there. but it's hard to choose from. Oh, you can put Penta in there at 9. You can put. I'm just gonna put R-Truth in there just because he's funny. I'll put him at 8. And for 10, I'm going to have to put. Hold on, put a 10. I'll let y'all choose 10, but I got my top 9. We've talked about everything we need to talk about. We're gonna cut this episode a little bit short. This is Robert with the Not Move podcast, and we are out. 4 letters, 1 word. Huh huh. Yeet. Go birds.